Welcome to Cine here, where you come for all your media needs. My name is Ray.
It's your boy Nicky Tay Tay.
And today, we're reviewing the first season of Black Lightning.
Created by Salim and Mara Brock-Akil, starring Cress Williams.
Let me start off by saying, this is a really good show.
Black Lightning is back!
Black Lightning is back.
Woo!
At first, I was a little disappointed because I probably would have rather had Static Shock.
Yeah,
Virgil Walkins.
Give me a little Virgil.
But Black Lightning did it. This season starts off with Jefferson Pierce as a principal at one of the biggest black high schools in the area. He is also retired at this point. And this is where the actual season starts off. And I really like that about the show because most superhero shows, movies, or TV shows, they never really start off with the superhero already having their powers and already being fully developed. They normally start off at the beginning when they first start getting their powers and they're trying to learn themselves.
Yeah, like come on, if I have to see another Spider-Man movie where they tell me with great power comes great responsibility, I'm gonna shoot myself.
And this TV show didn't do that. This TV show gave you Black Lightning in his prime. And that's one of the best things about the show. Because we got to see a lot of action and a lot of him being already established early on in the show.
Great, right? It's like, hey, you know who Black Lightning is? Good. If you don't, look him up. Because guess what? He's here and he's back. Black Lightning is back. I just want to say that every time because the theme song to this show is hilarious. I think the great thing about the pilot was that without being too pandering, let's say, to black folks, right? They give you some sense of what's going on in the real world now. They give you the police brutality. They give you the racial discrimination. They give you the same race discrimination. They give you police injustice in general. I mean, it's just all over the board. They just give you so many of the social injustices occurring within the African American community. And it's up to Black Lightning to not only get back into the ring as a superhero to fight the villains, but to also raise his two daughters in this turbulent America that we live in today.
Anger was just under the surface for all of us. The whole city was ready to explode. He could only bury who he really was for so long.
And like Nicky Tay Tay just said, this TV show did a really good job of modernizing Black Lightning, the character, and making it more for our generation and also just what's going on around us and make it more like real life. Because the comics was made in 1977 was the first issue. So for them to modernize it so much and be really good at doing it, I thought was a really breath of fresh air.
Now, this is probably, I have to say, the first CW superhero show I've enjoyed. I watched Arrow, trash. I watched Flash, it's okay. Black Lightning, and you may be thinking, oh, it's because it's a black superhero. Maybe I could relate to this guy more, but for me, I just thought the overall story was better structured. I thought the action scenes were a little bit better. I thought the CGI for the TV show was better. I think Black Lightning is a step in direction for CW as a whole if they want to close the gap on the already amazing Netflix superhero shows.
And do you feel like this is a parallel to maybe Black Panther, the movie?
Ooh.
Because it also got a mostly black cast with black creators on the helm. So maybe this is a good parallel to the movie. So maybe if you enjoy the Black Panther Marvel movie, you might also enjoy the Black Lightning TV show. Kind of in the same vein of Luke Cage. But I think a little bit more better, if I had to say so myself.
Well, I can't say that this is the first time DC has done something live action that I've liked since Batman Forever.
It's a movie.
I know. I said DC live action. I was very specific. Now, let's get back into Black Lightning. Black Lightning
is back. So later on in the season, we find out that Black Lightning's daughter, Anissa, is developing powers. And boy, is she amazing.
When there's lightning, there's also thunder, baby. And Anissa is the perfect, I don't know what you call it, companion, sidekick for Black Lightning. It made the show go from mid-tier to top tier because now it's the family business, baby. And we are electrifying. You know, it is shocking
how good they were.
It was amazing. It was fun to watch, very enjoyable. I thought this was great to have in the season again, just adding more depth, fleshing out the characters, and making you become emotionally attached. I think Anissa's role as it progressed, she was a little bit of a freedom fighter, which if you're a radical African American, power to you. But maybe for some people that kind of turned you off. But now that she's becoming a vigilante, it's maybe more understandable for the superhero fans out there.
And how her dad reels her into not just fighting for your people, but also fighting for all people. Mm-hmm. And Black Lightning did a good job at helping develop her. She became the new hero in this TV show versus him because he's the old one. So they still give you a new hero being developed in the show. That is why this show stands apart from most TV shows that depict heroes. Because normally you just get a hero starting off, and that's not how it started. It started off with him being developed and also developing his daughter into being a great hero like he once was.
Now, I do also want to point out Black Lightning's wife on the TV show, Lynn Stewart. She was absolutely amazing. She was portrayed by Christine Adams, who did an amazing job. I think she was one of the bright spots in terms of acting for this TV show. She provided the emotional depth early on with her lines and gave great conviction in them. I thought she was easily one of the best actors on the television show, giving the show a much needed boost in the acting skills, honestly, because there are some poor lines in this TV show. I'm not going to gloss over that. There are times where I said this is a little bit hokey. Give me more Lynn on screen.
Now, like Nikki Tate just said, I really didn't want to bring up the acting, but I got to say that this is definitely one of the worst spots in this show is the acting.
Yes.
Black Lightning, when he's in the suit, when he's shooting out the powers, when he's doing his action stuff, is amazing.
Amazing.
But when they actually ask him to do the one thing that should make this show the best possible superhero show it could be,
When he's actually Jefferson Pierce.
he fails.
Oh,
He fails. And I've not watched many projects from Crest. So I'm not going to say that he's just a terrible actor, but in this particular TV show, he's doing a really bad job. And that is really one of the worst and the sour spots of this TV show. And I would love for him to do better. But it's not just him that's bad. If it was just him, this show still would hold up to a candle to some of the best TV shows, superhero TV shows, period.
You mean to tell me there's another person that's as bad as him?
Unfortunately, there is one other actor, or actress, I should say, that is equally, if not worse than he is.
And that would be his youngest daughter, Jennifer Pierce, played by the actress China McClain. And I have to say, this breaks my heart because Tyler Perry, who I don't want to shout out in this film at all, has movies that I don't like. But one in particular that I really enjoyed was Daddy's Little Girls, which starred Idris Elba, in which China is one of the little girls who I thought was adorable in that film. But in the CW show, The Black Lightning, I can see the years of being a Disney star have taken their toll because that acting is garbaggio. It's garbage. It's terrible. It's throwaway. It is anybody. I would rather have anybody in her shoes saying those lines because there is no conviction. I am not impressed. She goes on at times to be so whiny, and that might be the result of her age because she is a high school adolescent. But I mean, again, I was in high school. We didn't act like that. We did not act like that. And don't tell me it's because of this new age, this is the Gen Yers or whatever. This is just bad acting. And the fact when she gets her powers adds to the kind of hokiness because even in this world where the CGI it's a TV show. It's not amazing. It isn't this big box office production.
But it's really good for TV.
It's really good for TV. Somehow she makes her powers look bad. She doesn't stand a toe to her sister.
Or her dad. That's the best part. It's his powers.
It's the powers. And it makes for some very funny moments and also just why moments. But again, even with that being said, The show was still good.
Now let's talk about one of the best parts of the show, and also best actors. But let me point out before we get into this next part,
I'm excited.
that his wife and his oldest daughter were phenomenal. And every scene with those two, whether they were carrying the father and the youngest daughter, were phenomenal. So I did enjoy, and maybe even the directors know this. I don't want to put too much on them, but maybe they know that Black Lightning is not the best at acting. So they did pair him a lot up with his daughter and his wife. And those are some of the best scenes because you take his bad acting and you give great acting from his wife or his oldest daughter, and it's a good matchup on the screen. But some of the best scenes of this TV show involve his wife and his oldest daughter. And these scenes with them two were amazing because they were giving you everything you wanted from actress.
I agree. It was a good dynamic, a good chemistry. I felt that they were a real family on screen. Everything I wanted to help propel me to watch the next episode.
But the villain. Let's get to the villain.
We're gonna jump straight into the villain.
Straight into the villain.
Woo, we're gonna talk about Tobias White, the whale.
Perception and fear, Lala. If the people of Freeland start to perceive we are no longer in control, then they won't fear us.
The albino gangster of Freeland. Woo, boy.
He is definitely amazing. And I would say one of the best TV villains on TV.
Oh my God.
That's counting any superhero TV show.
I haven't seen a villain this good since Kingpin and Daredevil. I mean, this is a villain who right from the get-go, I'm like, oh, he is not playing any games. And it's amazing because you see Black Lightning, you know, it's electricity coming out of this man's fingertips. And then there's Tobias, a gangster. And it's like, yeah, he's a threat. He is a threat, and that right there is the power of acting. To make me feel your character, make me feel your presence. Every time he's in a scene, the other actors and actresses do not matter. All eyes are on Tobias, portrayed by Marvin Jones III, and he did an amazing job. I want to give him kudos. He did amazing.
He is single-handedly holding up this show with every scene that he commands. He is driving this show, and I hope that he continues to be the main villain from every season going forward.
I hope so. It will be a sad day in Freeland when Tobias leaves. But for Black Lightning, I guess he'll be happy. But for me, as the viewer, I will be devastated.
But Jill Scott also played a sub-villain in this movie, and she also did a really good job in the episodes that she was in. So I do want to give her props because she stepped in and she was giving me the same level of greatness that Tobias was when she was on screen as well.
Yes, Jill Scott played Lady Eve, who was another gangster kind of pulling strings and manipulating some of the underground world of Freeland. Jill Scott, again, another amazing actress and amazing singer. You know, I have to give her props there. She did an amazing job in this TV show. It's amazing, actually, how the villains were better actors and actresses than the heroes. And it's like, why is that the case?
And also, these people that actually were actors and versus these people that were entertainers. Jill Scott being a singer and
Marvin Jones being a rapper.
Yeah.
That is like, what? Like this is your day job. You know, people like Crest. Like, this is what you do. You're an actor. Like, you can't let people come from these other lines of work and come into a TV show and upstage you. But they did. And guess what? They made the show a hit. So I guess you did want that. Because without them, I might have not made it past the pilot.
Now, Jefferson Pierce, the principal. One thing that they really got away from in the second half of the season that was really in the first half. Now, I did enjoy him being such a great principal. The role model, as you should say, that he was for all of the kids. I like the lines. I like all of the things that he did to try to make Freeland a better place outside of the actual costume. So he was working in and out of the costume and being the best person he could possibly be. And that is a great thing about Black Lightning. They really did make him a saint in some sort. Now, like I said in the second half, they focus more on Black Lightning and his daughters, Lightning and Thunder. And this is probably some of the best parts of the show. Now, I did hate the fact that they got a little bit away from the school. I kind of want to see them also incorporate a little bit of their real lives because at some point it was like, where's the principal at the school? How can he get this many days off? How can his sister, his two daughters, get this many days off of school?
Even the assistant principal at one point in time was gone and off. So who is running the school? who is the watching over the students of Garfield High? You know, it's again drug dealers outside there serving green light. These kids need guidance, Jefferson, and you should be there.
So after the 13 episodes that we have watched, we definitely went on a roller coaster of acting. Some great, some not so great. But the show overall, everything about the show, when it comes to other actors, the villain, the action sequences were great. They were great. Some of the best on TV. So I'm really torn. I really don't know what to give this show because the acting from the main character was so bad, but the actor from the lead villain was so good. I'm going to give this show an 8. I'm going to give it an 8. I'm really torn between an 8 and a 7.75. I'm really torn between the two. But I'm going to give this first season of Black Lightning an 8. And I really pray that Cress can do a lot better at acting. And I know that he can because he is an actor and he was cast. So there was something that the director seen in him. And I just want to see what him and her seen in him. Now, I didn't see it on the TV screen. And I want to. Because this show would have really been a 9, maybe even higher, if I could have got better acting from the leading hero.
Now I can see that my co-host Ray here is a little more in love with the TV show than I am. Wait! I have to admit, for all the points I said earlier, I did enjoy the action. I did also enjoy a lot of the acting from the characters that I named. The main actor, Black Lightning, was great when he wasn't talking. And for me, you gotta kind of be talking as the main character to really get the show a super high rating. So, with that being said, I pull out the good old rating book, I scroll through, and I stop right at a 7 for Black Lightning. Now, you might be saying, well, a 7, that's kind of low for a show that you praise, and it might be a little low. To be truthful, in my head, I'm comparing this to the Netflix shows, which the CW still has a long way to go to be as powerful as anything that Netflix is giving me with Luke Cage, Daredevil, Jessica Jones, The Punisher, the list goes on. But the Black Lightning TV show is a step in that direction compared to everything else that they have made. I am happy to have watched this. I am proud of everything that was executed, despite the acting for some of the characters, again, being subpar. And I am excited to see season 2 and hopefully, and I do say this, hopefully, another great villain on the roster. I'm ready. I'm ready. Give me another Kingpin-like guy. I'll take another gangster. You don't have to give me anybody with superpowers because, again, the acting, you know, is what is going to drive this show to be as good as it currently has been.
And I believe that anybody that has not checked out Black Lightning should definitely give it a chance. Yes, you're going to see a lot of cringeworthy scenes of some of the actors in this movie and also actress, but overall, you will get a very enjoyable television show and a very good start-off season from Black Lightning.
Black Lightning is back!
Yes, he is.
Okay! That completes the review of the TV show, Black Lightning Season 1. As always, let us know how you felt about Black Lightning. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you're watching it. Again, this is the year for women empowerment and black people getting jobs. So Black Lightning is just another example. I mean, it is a trend. If you haven't noticed by now in April that this isn't going on, it is going on. Black Lightning was a lot of fun to talk about. We hope you also feel the same. As always, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can stay up to date with all of our reviewing content. And don't forget, you've seen it here.
He said this is for the street. Black Lightning's back.
Jefferson Pierce.
Probably the only Black Lightning in the area.
We don't know that for a fact though.
Hey, it's looking like it. Every black student go here, and don't forget, Black Lightning is back. If you're watching the season review,
That's much away, he dies at the end.
Black Lightning is dead.
This movie, and also like Nikki Tay Tay. It's gonna be a lot of cutting. Woo! And that was really good because the comics, if I'm not mistaken, I'm not gonna be mistaken. I'm gonna tell you the facts.
Hold on, technical difficulty. And he is going through Freeland and submitting all of these drug dealers with electrical. I don't know where I'm going. I was hoping I could come back.
It wasn't. You about to get set off.
As always, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can stay up to date with all of our reviewing content. And as always, don't forget,